God doesn't exist because the multiverse can explain why life exists in our universe. This is a claim that was made by atheist journalist Neil DeGrasse Tyson. However, is this claim true? In this video, I investigate to see if the multiverse can actually debunk God's existence or not. So, is Neil deGrasse Tyson right? Does the multiverse debunk God's existence? If you want to know, then please watch this video until the very end. So, let's get started.
We live in the Goldilocks zone of these planets, and the other planets are dead as far as we're concerned.
So with all of these parameters in just the right way, in just the right place, people who are lean religious refer to it as the fine-tuning argument. Everything's fine-tuned to produce life. I found it very unconvincing. The multiverse, each universe would have slightly different laws of physics. Quantum physics tells us that, okay? And would you exist in a universe where life could not exist? I'm waiting for your answer.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go with no.
No, you're going to go with no.
Okay.
Go with... We are alive in a universe among the infinitude created in a multiverse for which life can happen as we have come to know it.
But the problem is that you still need to explain why we're in a multiverse where it generated life as opposed to a multiverse that doesn't generate life. So like it doesn't answer the question. Multiverses, right? The assumption here is that each of them will have an unique cosmological constant. If you take all of these constants together and the multiverse, it must also have some kind of constant that is constantly producing this kind of unique number. So then the question will be, why is it that this multiverse generating kind of like unique cosmological constants that is leading to life on Earth as opposed to a multiverse that doesn't lead to life on Earth? Now, if in an empty glass, you have infinite amount of time passing, or you have infinite generation of these kind of glasses, there will never be a case where this glass produces a sutlak, which is like a Turkish dish. It will never produce that. It doesn't matter how many multiverse of glasses you create. It's just not going to happen unless the ingredients to create this kind of like sutlak is there. And one of the ingredients is intelligence, right? Because you need the chef's intelligence to create this kind of like this sutlak. This kind of like pudding. Same logic here, right? So you're back to the same problem. So basically all this multiverse supposition does is to kick the kind of like the problem of fine-tuning a little further down the road. So instead of arguing for our universe, you're just arguing for the multiverse. But it's the same thing.
Pow!
Generally, those gods have certain powers ascribed to them. All powerful, all good. All I can say is that when I look at the universe, an asteroid strike, 66 million years ago, 75% of the species of life on Earth went extinct. So what am I saying? I'm just saying the universe doesn't look like anyone is in charge of anything.
So basically he's arguing that if we look at the universe, it looks very disordered. Based on that, we can conclude there's no designer here, right? So there's a logical fallacy, it's known as a scope fallacy, where if you change the perspective, then things look different. For example, if you take a child to the hospital and the doctors are basically doing an operation on him, the child will not understand why this is happening. To the child, it may look random. Same thing here. That's because there are things in the universe that looks random to us doesn't mean they're actually random.
And the Arctic, there's not even land there. You're just hors d'oeuvres for
polar
bears.
Yep.
So we say Earth is a haven for life after you've built cities and heat and air conditioning and clothing. Stop it.
He said, people who say that Earth is beautiful and whatnot are basically people who live in comfort. No. I mean, like, there are many people who live in disaster area or disaster zone who believe in God. Some of the most destitute people believed in God. But most societies believed in God. They were not highly advanced or like this kind of like rich people, they believed in God. If you look at like very kind of like ancient times when people didn't even have shelter, there are signs that they believed in religion, may have believed in God, right? And these are not like highly advanced people living comfortably. So this argument completely falls apart. Like for example, during times of war, people's religiosity increases. So he's just wrong here. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson just doesn't know what he's talking about. So my suggestion is that he should probably talk to an expert. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And please do subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. So yeah, this is about it. Inshallah, see you next time. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.